On Billboard tonight, judges' choices in a new anthology, Cate Spencer in Where Are They Now, and Cate Blanchett in Film Review. Welcome to Billboard with me, Ted Stanley, for our monthly roundup of arts and entertainment in East Yorkshire and Lincolnshire. In a new feature for 2023, we will look back at some of our most popular guests over the last 6 years and ask, where are they now? In 2018, a young singer-songwriter from Yorkshire charmed us with an enchanting live performance in the Billboard studios.
Catch a boat to England, darling, maybe to Spain, wherever I...
Cate, welcome to Billboard. Nice to see you.
Thanks for having me.
And you're a Yorkshire-based singer-songwriter.
Yes.
Who's suddenly become quite famous with amazing reviews from people like Ralph McTell. Right. Has it gone to your head, or are you still grounded in your Yorkshire roots?
I love Yorkshire. I've always lived in Yorkshire, I've grown up there obviously. And I think all my songs are kind of about people or places, and all of those kind of incidents are from Yorkshire, so I just recently moved to the seaside, so that's been a big influence. When I first started playing, I guess it was kind of just generally live music. That's what made me pick up a guitar. I'd always kind of gone to festivals with my parents from being, tiny. And I think, I just kind of looked at people playing on stage and thought, man, they seem to be having a really good time. I'll try that out.
I ain't sleeping, hey, you're gonna find me crying.
But in terms of people influences, John Martin would be a big one. He's my main man, and Laura Marling in the early days. Yeah.
So when did you first sort of pick up a guitar and start playing?
I can remember the date. It was Boxing Day, 2012. So wow. Yeah, getting on for 6 years now.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. So your first album, mini album, and Good Morning Sky is the title track from that.
Yes.
Yeah. What was the inspiration for that music?
I had a friend who I met him in Hull at a gig one day, and he seemed a really kind of unique character, and he was just kind of hiding in the shadows at this gig, and we ended up having a chat at the end, and he ended up. It turned out that he lives in a big transit van, and he travelled the world in this transit van. So I guess it's kind of about him, because you never quite know when you're going to see him again. So it's kind of about the time we spent together in Yorkshire and going to places like Whitby and things.
And we're drinking the same water all the while. Never mind, I just don't that you're thinking.
Great. So did the Sherpa sessions come out of that?
Yeah, they're very, very similar cool people. The Crooked Weather are a band from Hull, and they have this big old Sherpa van, and they decided that it'd be a good idea to film a bunch of Hull artists in the back of this van playing songs.
Great.
And it was great fun. Yeah.
You're working on a new album at the moment. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I'm recording it in Newark with a guy called Spencer Cousins, who is a big influence of mine, in fact. So it's a great pleasure to be working with him, and I'm doing a 10-track album, which will be released on the 1st of March 2019.
Well, it's been great to have you on Billboard, Cate.
Thank you.
We love your music. We look forward to hearing a lot more of it.
Thank you very much.
Cate is now one of the most sought-after performers on the folk music circuit, performing at Celtic Connections and the Cambridge Folk Festival. Her debut single, Weatherbeaten, released in 2019, was followed in 2022 by her new album, The Edge of the Land, with songs that reflect her East Yorkshire coastal heritage. The influence of early 70s singer-songwriters Joni Mitchell, James Taylor and Michael Chapman feed into her own unique songwriting craft and spellbinding musicianship.
Send down for whiskey, darling. Send down for gin. Me and room service, honey. Me and room service. Me and room service. So we're living a life of sin.
You can check out Cate's European touring dates and download her new album at catespencer.net. From music to literature now, and a review of the latest book releases with Hugh Riches, who has fled the bleak British winter for the sunny shores of southern Spain. Hola Hugh, feliz año nuevo.
Hola Ted, and Feliz Nuevo Año from the wintry but warm sunshine of Spain, where we recently saw a book published accidentally early. The Spare, by the Duke of Sussex, has a well-known plot and dramatic persona. It's an everyday family squabble and probably none of our business. J.R. Mooringer, who ghostwrote it, writes much better prose than most old Etonians. Cate Hessel's The Story of Art Without Men doesn't reject male contributions to art or the writing of its history. It does offer wonderful work by artists overlooked in their own time because they were women. We have no need to deprive ourselves of beauty or fascination just because of Renaissance prejudice or Victorian bias. Hessel doesn't argue there's a Leonora for every Leonardo, but she does give us work we might have missed in the traditional canon. Her title is a nod to Ernst Gombrich's great work, The Story of Art. It does not try to replace that magnificent but male-dominated book, which I recommend heartily, but I'm partial. My father published it. From art to science, not that there's much difference, Leonard Susskind and André Caban offer an account of general relativity, the theoretical minimum. That minimum exceeds my maximum, but cleverer readers than me might enjoy this explanation of Einstein's theory. It involves sums, and inevitably, when this is explained, somebody drops a billiard ball on a rubber sheet. Einstein himself said his theory was as simple as possible, but no simpler. I am much too simple. Owners of air fryers are as enthusiastic as religious converts who've just found the truth. I've recently become one of them. Quick, healthy, energy-efficient meals without much cleaning up and lots of self-righteousness. They're great. Get one. If you have a big family, get two. If you want to know what to cook, get the Air Fryer Cookbook, Quick, Healthy and Delicious Recipes for Beginners by Jenny Tisha. January is always a thin month for publishing, Ted, but the presses are already turning for the holiday market. Hasta luego.
Thank you, Hugh. Hasta pronto. In theatre news, the Ukrainian Opera and Ballet Theatre feature in Puccini's La Bohème at the Whole New Theatre on the 8th of February. Stage 4 Beverley begins with a curtain raiser at the East Riding Theatre on Tuesday the 14th of February, and the fantastic Mr. Fox is at the Riverhead Theatre in Louth on the 2nd, 3rd and 4th of February.
I ain't sleeping, oh, you know, hey, you're gonna find me crying to another city, darling, to another town, wherever I have been, ever I've been and gone, ever I have gone, the blues, they follow me down. Living is a gamble, money, loving much the same. Wherever I have played, ever I've thrown the dice, ever I have played the blues, they run again.
Join the £1 Million Challenge. Millions of pounds in benefits go unclaimed every year. So the Later Life Partnership want to ensure that all the people over the age of 60 are receiving their full benefit entitlements. Get in touch today to have a full benefit entitlement check with a trained advisor and see if you're getting everything you're entitled to. Coming up on tonight's show, an international literary festival comes to Grimsby and stories from around the world. But first, here's actress and broadcaster Liz Drury with a review of some of the latest film releases.
On film review tonight, Woody Allen's best film so far, Blanche Dubois in the 21st century, and an entertaining spin-off from the Shrek franchise. But first, Girl Picture, a confident and compelling debut from Finnish director Ali Harpasalo. The breezy humour is underpinned by a razor-sharp script, sophisticated structure and visual flair in the Scandinavian gem. Best friends Mimi and Ronco work after school at a food court smoothie kiosk, swapping stories of their frustrations and expectations regarding love and sex, as they each stumble through their own adolescent journeys of discovery.
Vaikka muuttunut ajat ja on muuttunut tavat, niin mä asetan mun rajat. Vaikka on puuttunut sanat ja on puuttunut lavat, mulla on kasassa mun palat. Jos sanot älä mee, älä tee, niin mähän meen ja mä teen. Jos painat mua alas, niin mä nousen aina uudelleen. Tytöt tekee ihan mitä lystää. Tytöt tekee ihan mitä lystää.
Tässä kuuluisi taputtaa.
Set on a remote island off the west coast of Ireland, The Banshees of Inisherin, from director Martin McDonagh, follows lifelong friends Podrick and Colm, who find themselves at an impasse when Colm unexpectedly puts an end to their friendship. When Podrick and his sister Siobhan endeavour to repair the relationship, Colm delivers a desperate ultimatum, and events swiftly escalate with shocking consequences.
If you don't stop talking to me,
Colm?
and if you don't stop bothering me, I have a set of shears at home, and each time you bother me from this day on, I'll take those shears and I'll take one of my fingers off with them, and I'll give that finger to you until I have no fingers left. Does this make things clearer to you?
Not really, no.
Starting from now. But shush like, Porrick. You know, shush like.
Yeah, I'd shush like.
Blue Jasmine is one of the finest films in the long and successful career of director Woody Allen. Cate Blanchett gives a career-defining performance as Jasmine, a New York socialite who flees to San Francisco after the collapse of her marriage to a wealthy businessman. With more than a nod to the Tennessee Williams classic, Jasmine struggles to leave behind a life of luxury to live in the modest apartment of her sister Ginger.
And staying with Ginger.
No one wants to get out of here as fast as I do.
I'm sure this is a big come down from what you're used to.
You'll be very happy to know that I lost every cent of my own money.
My husband was a slick operator. I was there a week. I knew the guy was hitting on a girlfriend.
I can't. You choose losers because that's what you think you deserve, and that's why you'll never have a better life.
She doesn't care about you. She's a phony.
Can you please not fight in here? Don't think I can take it. For some reason, my Xanax isn't kicking in. Anxiety, nightmares, and a nervous breakdown. There's only so many traumas a person can withstand till they take to the streets and start screaming.
Our family film tonight is a spin-off from the Shrek franchise from director Joel Crawford and featuring the voice of Antonio Banderas. With an abundance of wit, visual sparkle and effervescent charm, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish follows the adventures of our eponymous hero and his friends Humpty Dumpty and notorious cat burglar Kitty Softpaws as they plan to steal the goose that lays the golden eggs.
perro! Fear me if you dare! Goldilocks and the Three Bears crime family!
You're supposed to be dead.
It never fails. Whenever I team up with you, things go wrong.
Trust me.
You gotta trust him. Look at those eyes.
You call that cute?
And with the paws, it's all so cute. Am I doing it? Stop. You're gonna give yourself a hernia.
On DVD and Blu-ray, 6 Minutes to Midnight, The Duke and Submarine are also worth a look.
The 6th Annual Hammond House International Literary Festival will be held here in Grimsby on Wednesday the 22nd of February. Hosted by the University Centre in Grimsby, this international event features a book fair, poetry performances, literary workshops and live music. Winners of the 2022 International Literary Prize will receive their awards, the 2023 anthologies will be launched, and the new competition will be announced. Winners and guests will be joined online by writers from around the world. Here's a look back at our 2022 festival.
Say that I don't listen. I don't see, don't hear, don't care. No rules, no inhibition. Won't face the world out there. You lift me up, then bring me down. Complain and criticize. You say I'm just a dreamer with stardust in my eyes. You can break my heart or bruise my soul. Distract me with your lies, but you can't steal the stardust from my eyes. No, you can't steal stardust from my eyes. You can't destroy the magic with your lies. Tell my stories, sing my songs, so the weary and the wise will see the world through stardust. You can't steal stardust from my eyes. You can't destroy the magic with your lies. Tell my stories, sing my songs, so the weary and the wise will see the world through stardust in their eyes. Follow a story still to tell, a song to heal the broken, to calm the fires of hell, to lift the flagging spirits, erase the water from the well, reach for far horizons, weave a magic spell. I'll tell my stories, sing my songs, so the weary and the wise can see the world through stardust in my eyes. No, you can't steal stardust from my eyes. You can't destroy the magic with your lies. Tell my stories, sing my songs, so the weary and the wise will see the world through stardust in their eyes.
The festival is open to the public, entry is free, and you can book a place now at Eventbrite. The festival will also celebrate the judges' choices and editors' choices of the foreign entries that will be included in the 2023 anthologies.
I am making changes.
The judges' choices in the short story category are Words Within Derbyshire by Linda Aylett Green, chosen by Hugh Riches, A Long Tradition by Georgia Boone, chosen by Richard Hooton, Eulogy by Adam Chapman, chosen by Sarah Crockford, and Figgy Pudding by Michael Stern, chosen by Alex Thompson. The editor's choice of foreign entries that reflect the rich diversity of cultures and countries are A Case of Catharsis by Isoso Onika from Lagos, Nigeria, No Rule is as Good as Self-Rule by Kittisak Konkar from Thailand, Kaleidoscopes by Nana Nafanita from Finland, Transmigration by Anna-Marie Affidal from Norway, and Night of the Dog by Michael Pettit from Cape Town, South Africa.
I am making changes that for too long.
The editor's choice of foreign entries for inclusion in the poetry anthology are The Traveller's Hymn by Suset Arianes from Cagayan Valley in the Philippines, and There Might Be a Letter by Sharon Black from Varbonne in France. Copies of the 2023 short story and poetry anthologies will be available to purchase at the Literary Festival, or you can pre-order now for delivery in early March at hammondhousepublishing.com/publications. Now here's journalist and broadcaster Gemma Lidgard with news of some of the great entertainment you can enjoy around the region.
Cheers, Ted. Starting us off on the 12th of February at Grimsby's Auditorium is Alan Carr's Regional Trinket. Alan's back on the road with a brand new stand-up show. From the exhilarating high of his star-studded wedding day to the lows of lockdown stuck on a farm. A lot has changed since Alan's last tour 4 years ago. Over at Beverley's East Riding Theatre on the 18th of February is Rusty Shackle. This Welsh indie roots band have been tearing up stages around the globe since 2010, brandishing their distinct folk roots sound and armed with an electrifying mix of rampant fiddle, slick guitar and banjo hooks, underpinned by tight pulsating drums and bass. The band have built up a devoted fan base with their captivating feel-good live shows. That'll Be the Day is at the Bath Hall in Scunthorpe on the 22nd of February. Let the UK's leading rock and roll show take you on a journey through the years, as together you celebrate the golden age of rock and roll and pop from the 50s right the way through to the 80s. Sad Cafe at Louth Riverhead Theatre on the 4th of February. Regarded by many as one of the best live bands of the 80s. Sad Cafe are back to perform their catalogue of great songs, including the unforgettable Everyday Hurts, My Oh My, Strange Little Girl, and many more. And finally, at the New Theatre Royal in Lincoln on the 18th of February is Come What May, the ultimate tribute to Moulin Rouge. An all-singing, all-dancing extravaganza as you enter the secret world of one of the greatest movie musicals of all time. Featuring Strictly Come Dancing's Robin Windsor and a cast of top West End performers, it bursts at the seams with timeless classics, including Come What May, Your Song, Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, Roxanne and Lady Marmalade. Plus, hit songs from The Greatest Showman and other iconic movie musicals.
Well, that's almost all for tonight's show. You can keep up to date with the latest news on our Facebook page. And to make sure you don't miss any of our programmes, click the subscribe button below. If you have a story you would like us to feature on Billboard, email details to news@billboardtv.uk. From everyone on the Billboard team, thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you again in February for author Tracy Baines, Elvis tribute Ben Portsmouth, and more entertainment news, entertaining guests, and great music.
Someplace down the line, Wake up, older darling, so much older, child. Wake up, older, and I'll just, I'll stop all my trying.